Welcome to the CareClinic pod. I'm Emma, and this is Jones.
Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the CareClinic podcast. You know how important managing your blood sugar is for your health, especially if you're living with diabetes.
Right?
But what if we told you there's more to the story than just your A1C?
Oh, yeah, a lot more.
We get it. Staying on top of your health can feel like a full-time job, and information overload is real.
Absolutely.
So that's why we're here to break down a really powerful tool that can give you a clearer picture of your glucose levels, continuous glucose monitoring,
Yeah.
or CGM.
CGM, it's a game changer.
So CGM, basically, it's a tiny sensor that continuously tracks your glucose levels, and it gives you these valuable insights that go way beyond a single A1C reading.
And it reveals trends and patterns throughout the day and night, including those highs and lows that traditional methods might miss.
You know those pesky ones?
Yeah, exactly.
Like A1C just gives you an average over months, so you have no idea about the daily ups and downs.
Right, you don't see the fluctuations.
And CGM can help you make more informed decisions about your diet, your exercise, and your medication.
It really puts you in the driver's seat.
So today we're going to be exploring the benefits and limitations of CGM, how it's changing diabetes management, and its super exciting role in these cutting-edge technologies.
It's a fascinating field that's constantly evolving.
Oh, and don't forget, if you're looking for an easy way to track your health journey, download the CareClinic app.
It's a one-stop shop for managing your condition setting reminders and more.
So first up, let's talk about A1C and why it's not the be-all and end-all of glucose monitoring.
Okay, so A1C, it's a measure of your average blood glucose levels over the past 2 to 3 months.
So it's like a long-term snapshot.
Exactly, but it's an indirect measure, and it can be influenced by things like your red blood cell lifespan.
Really?
Yeah, and even factors like your race or ethnicity.
I had no idea.
It's important to keep those things in mind when you're interpreting your A1C results.
So this is not telling the whole story.
Right, and it definitely doesn't reveal things like glucose variability or those hypoglycemia episodes or the daily
This
trends.
is really just a starting point.
Yeah, it's a piece of the puzzle, but not the whole picture.
Got it. So that's where CGM comes in to give us that detailed view.
Exactly. CGM is like having a constant stream of data. It's empowering.
So how does it actually work?
So with CGM, you wear a tiny sensor just under your skin,
Okay.
and it continuously measures your glucose levels in the fluid surrounding your cells.
So no more finger pricking.
Well, you'll still need to do that occasionally for calibration, but much less frequently.
That's good to know.
This data is then sent to a receiver, which can be your smartphone or a separate device.
So you can see your glucose levels in real time.
Yeah, and it can even alert you if your levels are getting too high or too low.
That sounds pretty amazing. But weren't early CGMs kind of clunky?
They were, but today's CGMs are highly accurate and discreet.
And I've even heard that some are approved to guide treatment decisions.
That's right. CGM technology has advanced significantly.
So CGM gives you all this personalized data and helps you manage your diabetes better.
Exactly. It shows you trends, variability, and those hidden highs and lows that you might not even be aware of.
So you can make adjustments to your diet, exercise, and medication.
It's all about making informed choices.
And it can even detect hypoglycemia before you experience symptoms.
Yeah, which can be life-saving.
That's incredible. So it's not just about the numbers, it's about understanding your own unique patterns.
Exactly. It's about getting to know your body better.
And I've heard about this thing called time in range, or TIR.
Oh, yeah. TIR is a key metric with CGM.
What is it exactly?
It refers to the percentage of time that your glucose levels stay within your target range.
Okay.
And research has shown that the more time you spend in range, the lower your risk of developing diabetes complications.
So consistency is key.
Absolutely. And it's not just anecdotal evidence. There's a lot of science backing up the benefits of CGM.
Tell me more about that.
Well, over 24 studies with over 3,500 participants have shown that CGM can improve glucose control.
Wow, that's a lot of research.
And these studies have included people with different types of diabetes, different treatment plans, and different age groups.
So it really is a valuable tool for anyone looking to manage their diabetes better.
It's definitely worth exploring.
And don't forget, if you need help managing all this data, the CareClinic app can make things a lot easier.
It's a great resource.
Now, we've talked a lot about the good stuff, but let's be real. CGM does have some limitations.
Yeah, no technology is perfect.
So what are some of the things we need to be aware of?
Well, one thing is accuracy.
You mean they're not always accurate?
While they're generally highly accurate, there is a slight lag time compared to a traditional blood glucose meter.
Okay.
And certain substances like acetaminophen or ascorbic acid can interfere with readings.
Oh, interesting.
Even compression during sleep can affect the readings.
So it's important to be mindful of those factors.
And for some people, the constant data stream can be overwhelming.
I could see that.
It's a lot of information to process.
And some people might experience skin issues with the adhesive.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
And of course, cost and access can be barriers.
CGM can be expensive and insurance coverage varies.
So it's important to talk to your healthcare provider to see what your options are.
They can help you determine if CGM is right for you, and if so, how to get access to it.
But even with these limitations, CGM is a powerful tool if you know how to use it effectively.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the data and using it to guide your actions.
So let's talk about how to do that,
Okay, so first you've got to familiarize yourself with the key metrics.
like TIR.
Yes, TIR, but also time above range, TAR time, below range TBR, and the glucose management indicator GMI.
Those are a lot of acronyms.
I know, but they're all important for understanding your glucose control.
Okay, so what do you do with all these numbers?
Well, there's this great tool called the Ambulatory Glucose Profile, or AGP.
AGP.
Tell me more.
It's a one-page visual report that summarizes your CGM data.
So it's easy to understand.
Yeah, it gives you a clear picture of your glucose control over time.
That sounds really helpful.
It is. And it's great for sharing with your healthcare provider.
Makes sense. So how do you actually use this AGP to make decisions? You've got to look for patterns and trends.
Okay.
See how your glucose is behaving and try to connect the dots between your lifestyle choices, your medication, and other factors.
So it's like being a detective.
Exactly.
Hmm.
You're looking for clues to help you manage your diabetes better.
And again, if you need help with all this, the CareClinic app can be super useful.
It can definitely simplify things.
So CGM, it's not just about managing diabetes today. It's also shaping the future of diabetes care.
Oh, absolutely. The possibilities are incredibly exciting.
Like what kind of possibilities are we talking about?
Well, for starters, CGM data is being used in smart insulin pens and pumps.
Smart pens and pumps.
Yeah, they use CGM data to adjust insulin delivery in real time.
So it's more personalized?
Exactly. And then there are these systems called automated insulin delivery, or AID.
Aid systems.
Yeah, they're like hybrid closed-loop systems. They use CGM to automatically adjust basal insulin delivery.
Wow, so it's like having a co-pilot for your diabetes.
That's a great way to put it. And the research shows that these systems can really improve time and range and reduce hypoglycemia.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But it gets even more futuristic.
Oh, yeah. We're talking dual hormone pumps and even bionic pancreas systems.
Bionic pancreas.
Right.
That sounds straight out of science fiction.
I know, right?
So what are those all about?
Well, dual hormone pumps would deliver both insulin and glucagon.
Okay,
Glucagon is a hormone that raises your blood sugar so it can help prevent dangerous lows.
like a built-in safety net.
Exactly. And the bionic pancreas is the ultimate goal, a fully automated system that takes everything into account and adjusts insulin delivery without you having to do a thing.
That's incredible.
It is. And CGM is really paving the way for all of these advancements.
So CGM, it's not just about data. It's about empowering people with diabetes to live healthier and fuller lives.
Absolutely. It's about giving people more control over their health.
And that's something we're incredibly passionate about here at CareClinic.
It's truly a game changer.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground in this first section.
We have.
But before we move on to our next section, where we'll delve into the specific CGM devices available today,
Okay.
let's take a moment to recap what we've learned so far.
Sounds good.
So we've established that CGM goes way beyond a simple A1C test.
It gives you a continuous stream of data,
You can see those sneaky highs and lows,
and it can alert you to potential hypoglycemia.
and you can see how your lifestyle choices and medication are impacting your glucose levels in real time.
It's all about personalization.
But remember, CGM is not a magic bullet.
Right.
It's important to understand the limitations and to work closely with your healthcare provider.
They're your partner in this journey.
And don't forget, the CareClinic app is here to help.
It's a great resource.
Okay, so stay tuned for our next section, where we'll break down the different CGM devices.
We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone.
All right, so we've talked about how awesome CGM can be, but now let's dive into the actual devices themselves.
The CGM landscape can be a bit overwhelming with all the different options.
It really can be, so
Yeah.
we're going to try to break it down for you.
Yeah, we'll do our best.
The major players in the CGM market are Dexcom, Abbott, and Medtronic.
Those are the big three.
So let's start with Dexcom. Their G6 and G7 systems are super popular,
They are known for their accuracy and user-friendliness.
and their sleek design, too.
Oh, yeah. They're pretty stylish as far as medical devices go,
No more clunky devices, thankfully.
right?
So at Dexcom, you get real-time glucose readings sent straight to your smartphone.
No need for a separate receiver unless you prefer one.
That's convenient.
Yeah. And their sensors are designed for 10-day wear.
10 days. That's pretty impressive.
It is. It means you don't have to change them as often.
So less hassle.
Exactly.
Okay, so Dexcom is all about accuracy and convenience. What about Abbott?
Abbott's Freestyle Libre systems, particularly the Libre 2 and Libre 3, are known for their affordability.
That's a big factor for a lot of people.
It is. Cost can be a major barrier.
So Abbott's a good option for those on a budget.
Definitely.
They use flash monitoring though, right?
Right. You have to scan the sensor with a reader or your phone to get your reading.
So it's not real time like Dexcom.
Not technically, but it's still very convenient.
And the Libre 3 is the smallest CGM sensor on the market.
It's tiny and discreet.
Okay. And finally, we have Medtronic.
Medtronic is a well-established name in diabetes tech.
They offer both real-time and intermittently scanned CGM systems.
And their Guardian Sensor 3 integrates seamlessly with their insulin pumps.
That's the closed-loop system we talked about earlier.
Exactly. The CGM talks to the pump and adjusts insulin delivery automatically.
So it's a more integrated approach.
It is. It's great for people who want a more hands-off approach.
So we've got Dexcom, Abbott, and Medtronic, all great options, but how do you choose the right one for you?
Well, there's no easy answer. It really depends on your individual needs and circumstances.
Things like your lifestyle, your budget, and your insurance coverage.
Exactly. Some people love the constant data stream of real-time CGM.
Others might prefer the simplicity of flash monitoring.
Right. And some people need the integration with an insulin pump.
It's all about finding the best fit.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to talk to your healthcare provider for guidance.
They can help you weigh the pros and cons.
They can.
Okay, so let's say you've chosen your CGM device. What's the actual experience like?
Well, one of the first things people wonder about is comfort.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are they comfortable to wear?
Modern CGM devices are actually very discreet and comfortable.
That's good to know.
The sensors are small, the insertion is quick, and most people get used to wearing them quickly.
And the apps are user-friendly too, right?
Yes, CGM companies have made huge strides in developing intuitive apps.
So you can easily track your glucose and see trends.
And don't forget those helpful metrics and reports we talked about.
Like TIR and the AGP.
Exactly. They make interpreting the data much easier.
But it's still a lot to take in.
It can be, so don't hesitate to reach out for support if you need it.
Your healthcare team is there to help.
And there are lots of online communities and resources too.
And of course, the CareClinic app can help you stay organized and on top of things.
It's a great tool.
Okay, so we've talked about choosing a device, wearing it, understanding the data. But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the future.
The future of CGM is super exciting.
We're talking dual hormone pumps and the bionic pancreas.
Those are the holy grails of diabetes tech.
So let's break them down
Dual hormone pumps would deliver both insulin and glucagon.
to help prevent those dangerous lows.
Exactly. It's like a built-in safety net.
And the bionic pancreas is the ultimate goal, a fully automated system.
It would take all the guesswork out of managing diabetes.
No more calculating insulin dosages.
That's the dream.
But when will these technologies become a reality?
It's hard to say for sure. Research is ongoing.
But things are moving fast.
They are. We're seeing some promising development.
Well, I'm definitely excited to see what the future holds.
Me too.
But let's not forget about the present.
Right.
Access and affordability are major issues right now.
CGM technology can be expensive and insurance coverage isn't always great.
So it's important to advocate for yourself and explore all your options.
Talk to your healthcare provider. See what's available.
And remember, even if CGM isn't an option for you right now, there are still plenty of resources to support you.
Exactly. You're not alone in this.
All right, so we've covered a lot about CGM devices.
We have, from the basics to the future.
Hopefully you feel more informed and empowered to explore this technology.
That's our goal.
But we're not done yet.
Oh,
In our final section, we're going to talk about the emotional and psychological side of living with diabetes.
that's a crucial aspect that often gets overlooked.
It does. So stay tuned for that after a short break. Welcome back to the CareClinic podcast.
It's great to be back.
So we've talked a lot about the tech side of diabetes, but now we want to dive into something just as important.
Yeah, the emotional and psychological side of living with this condition.
It's not just about managing numbers, it's about taking care of your whole self.
Absolutely. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health.
And diabetes can really take a toll mentally and emotionally.
Oh, yeah, it's a constant companion.
You're always thinking about it, always having to make decisions about food and medication.
And there's the worry about complications, the fear of hypos.
It's a lot to carry around.
It really is. And it's easy to feel overwhelmed, burnt out, even isolated.
Like you're the only one going through this.
Right. But you're not alone. Millions of people are living with diabetes and facing similar challenges.
And talking about it, acknowledging those feelings can be really helpful.
Absolutely. It's important to reach out for support, whether it's from friends, family, a therapist, or a support group.
Having people who get it can make a world of difference.
It really can.
And I think it's important to talk about diabetes burnout.
Oh, yeah. Burnout is a real thing.
It's that feeling of being completely exhausted by the demands of managing diabetes.
Like you just can't do it anymore.
You're tired of the constant monitoring the carb, counting the finger pricks,
And you might start neglecting your diabetes care because it just feels like too much.
which can be dangerous.
So it's crucial to recognize the signs of burnout and take steps to address it.
So what can you do if you're feeling burnt out?
First, acknowledge it, accept that it's okay to feel this way.
Don't beat yourself up about it.
Right. And then reach out for support. Talk to your doctor, a therapist, a diabetes educator.
They can help you find ways to cope, to adjust your treatment plan if needed, and to address any underlying emotional issues. And self-care is so important.
It's not selfish. It's essential for your well-being.
What are some things people can do for self-care when they have diabetes?
Well, it can be anything that brings you joy and helps you relax.
Like spending time with loved ones, reading a book, taking a bath.
Yeah, or going for a walk, listening to music, practicing mindfulness.
Anything that helps you de-stress and recharge.
Exactly.
And physical activity can be a great form of self-care too.
Oh, yeah, it has so many benefits.
It helps reduce stress, improve mood, and even manage your blood sugar.
It's a win-win.
So even though diabetes can be tough, there are things you can do to cultivate a positive mindset.
Focus on what you can control.
Make healthy choices, celebrate your wins, and don't be afraid to advocate for yourself.
And remember, you're not alone. There's a whole community out there to support you.
And we're here to help too.
You are.
The CareClinic app is a fantastic resource for tracking your health, setting reminders, and staying connected with your healthcare team.
It's like having a personal health assistant in your pocket.
So we hope you found this episode helpful and empowering.
We did our best.
Remember, knowledge is power, and you have the power to live a healthy and fulfilling life with diabetes.
You do.
So keep learning, keep connecting, and keep taking care of yourself.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening.